One of Roger's favorite stories about presidents that he liked to share, you know, he played for 9 of them, and in the White House more than 9 times. But one of them he used to tell, he liked the story a lot. He was a close friend, as I said earlier, of Presidents Reagan, Nixon, and Carter. And one day he was in the East Room of the White House and he was rehearsing for a performance that he would give that evening. And someone tapped him on the shoulder and said this: "Roger, I'm told that you know 10,000 songs. Can you play the theme song from my old television show, Death Valley Days?" And the song was 20 Mule Team Borax. And of course that was President Ronald Reagan. And Roger turned around and he said, "Well, you stumped me there." And so the president said, "I'm just kidding." He said, "But would you mind playing just for me right now, my favorite song, The Impossible Dream?" He said, "Because it says everything I have tried to do for this great country of ours is in that song." Well, after the president died, Roger looked up the words to that song, which he said perfectly described the president. "And I know if I only be true to this glorious quest, my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star." To join the Concordia Symphony Orchestra today and close our concert is a longtime friend of both President Reagan and Roger Williams. This man is an author, actor, television personality, and singer who has sold more than 45 million records. He's recorded more than 2,700 songs, and I think is still going strong. He's had more than 38 of the top 40 hits, 220 consecutive days on the Billboard Top 40 charts, 6 Grammy nominations. He's appeared in 29 Hollywood movies, including the recent movie about President Reagan, with Dennis Quaid, if you've not seen the movie yet. He's a #1 best-selling author. He's authored 28 books, and he's one of the few people who actually has 3 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. One as a recording artist, one as a motion picture actor, and a 3rd as a television personality. But this is the part I love. He was considered by Billboard magazine as the only singer who could compete in popularity with Elvis Presley in the 1950s. And this is even better. In 1955, Elvis was his opening act. Now, if you don't know who I'm talking about yet, maybe you'll know him by these songs: Moody River, Don't Forbid Me, Love Letters in the Sand, Friendly Persuasion, and my favorite, April Love. Please welcome Pat Boone.
I can't believe this. I can't believe what you just said about me. I have had an incredible, blessed life, and as you can see, it's still going on. And when Alice is a very persuasive young lady, she said, "I want you to come and I want you to sing The Impossible Dream." I said, "It's impossible." I'm 90 years old, Alice. That song is a test for any singer. And how could I say no? And then Les, he got involved, and then Bryan came to the house, and we started trying to see how I could sing this, because they want me to do it in Roger's own arrangement and in his key, which for me is impossible. Now, we're going to do it. But just let me preface it just a moment. Because of my friendship and love for Roger Williams, we were close. and Dr. Shula, I was on the show with him a number of times. And Roger, I have the honor of saying, has been on the album label that we created for singers and artists who weren't on labels anymore, like me. and so it was self-interest in one way, but also I cared about Andy Williams and Jerry Vale and many other top artists. Perry Como weren't on anybody's label. And it was like, well, okay, you've had your time and now it's over. And yet they were still, in many cases, performing. So we created the Gold label. And of course we had to have Roger Williams, of course. And I'm happy to say that we have been for some now months, not months, but years, offering albums by many of these artists, Jack Jones and Patti Page and the Four Freshmen and just on at Glenn Campbell, after they were no longer in anybody else's label, so they came over to the Gold label. And Roger Williams, now I had loved him and I knew a lot of his music, but I had not known about his albums. And we have those albums, and the album that is called, tell me the name, Pop Goes the Ivories. Pop Goes the Ivories. It's a live concert. And after I heard it, I said, this is the best, most entertaining album I've ever heard, including my own. It is magnificent. It was his live performance. And it won't surprise you if you never saw him perform, or if you did see him perform, it won't surprise you that he's so entertaining. He was funny, he was emotional, he had his personality, he made everybody in the audience feel that they were his friends and that he loved them, which, by the way, he did. And so this album is, for me, the most entertaining single album of a live performance anywhere. And I'm happy to tell you that we are re-releasing it, and it'll be available wherever we can get. Now, who's buying albums today? I'm still making records, and I'm having 3 records on the country charts right now. But who's buying records? It's discouraging, really. They can go to the internet and listen to them, and don't have to pay much. And of course, that means the artist doesn't get paid much either. In fact, very little at all. But we still do it because, in my case, in the case of all these other people I've been talking about, we have to. We are creative people, and it just comes out our pores, and it has to go somewhere. So I'm trying to, in my own way, make some of these artistic things so wonderful, and particularly if there's something new from established artists. And listening to this today, I've been in tears several times. Just I want to say raw emotion. It's not raw, it's ecstatic emotion from a musical Rembrandt, a Picasso, as much pure artistry as there can be in a painting or book, but certainly in music. You guys, you do an incredible job of purveying the emotion. It's just emotion, isn't it? It's not just sounds, tinkling sounds, but it's emotion. I mean, it moves you even if you don't know what the song is. Those strings are so precious and wonderful, but all the other instruments coming together, and you, Bryan, at that piano, being able to play all that he did, and Ralph Carmichael I knew, and he produced albums for me as well. And so I have been interwoven into some of this in ways that I almost hadn't realized until today. And so now I'm going to dream the impossible dream of singing this song at 90, and in Roger Williams' own recording arrangement key. Pray for me. to dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, and to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, and to love